Dave Weinberg, Press of Atlantic City, longtime Eagles beat writer. And Dave, did you see anything different? Did you see anything that makes you feel better this time? The last time they beat the Giants, and people wondered, all right, is this the game? Is this the launching off point? That didn't happen. Should we believe that anything's different this time, other than just beating a bad Giant team?
Not quite yet, no. It seemed to me like the Giants were pretty much more lost the game than the Eagles won it. I mean, they had the Eagles on the ropes and kind of let them back in with their questionable personnel decisions and play calling in the second half. But I got to give the Eagles credit, though. I mean, they could have folded the tents when they got down 19-3, but fought back and pulled out a win, which could loom pretty large going on to the rest of the season here.
Yeah, I mean, and the running the ball thing. What did you think about the way they utilized Adams and finally kind of gave in, and the way that Doug is kind of, he's trying to say, yeah, balance definitely helps, but the fact that it almost seemed like they finally trusted a guy back there.
Yeah, I mean, Josh, he started the season on the practice squad of all things, but when Sproles went down and that some of the other guys just weren't performing up to their level, and Jay Ajayi, of course, got hurt, then they decided, the kid's showing some things in practice, let's give him a shot. And, he's made the most of his opportunities. I don't know that they think that he's like the every down, workhorse that they're looking for. I think they're still going to mix in Corey Clement and hopefully Wendell Smallwood too. But, they're really pleased with the progress that Josh has shown, and he really showed what he can do against the Giants.
Yeah, Dave, I think, too, on the defensive side of the ball, much maligned defense. Schwartz had been getting criticized a lot. The secondary was a mess. It seems, though, that there was some sort of switch on that defense in the second half.
Yeah, you got to give the credit to Malcolm Jenkins for that, I think. He was one of the guys who went up to Jim Schwartz right after Saquon broke that 52-yard run and kind of just said, look, our secondary is like swimming out there. They're treading water, but they're losing their balance, and they don't really know where to go. Things are getting confusing. He said, just simplify things a little bit. Give them like a basic, bare bones plan to follow, and then hopefully the front four will pick up the pass rush, and then that'll help them out even more. And that's exactly what happened. Same thing with the offense, really. I mean, to Doug's credit, he listened to Carson. He listened to the offensive line, who pleaded with him really to, keep running the ball. Don't give up on this. We're really starting to, to show some things here, so stick with it. And the fact that both Doug and Jim were willing to listen to the players' input, that shows a lot about them and the willingness, like I said, to listen to the players and react on it.
Dave, how much has Jim Schwartz, guys on defense, talked about the change at quarterback clearly for Washington, but maybe not so much the change of game plan by Jay Gruden and the offense?
I'm sorry, say it again. I couldn't hear you.
Just the difference between now having Colt McCoy under center for Washington and how much Jim Schwartz and the defense have talked about, going into this game, not looking at it so much as a quarterback change, but Jay Gruden maybe opening things up a little more.
Yeah, they really haven't. They're not. Jim was saying yesterday, he really doesn't anticipate that much of a change in their philosophy. They're still going to give Adrian Peterson the ball, but they are getting a little bit healthier on offense. Quarterback accepted, but I think Crowder's going to be back, and another wide receiver, I believe. So they're going to probably try to open it up a little bit more. But the defense is going to be hurting though, because Nigel Bradham, we just found out today, he broke his thumb in 3 places against the Giants and had surgery on Monday, and he's going to try to play, but I don't know how effective he's going to be with it. The big splint on his hand.
So he broke his thumb in the game?
Correct. Didn't come out of the game. Broke it in 3 places and had surgery. He's got his hand in a cast today.
So he might miss this week, but if he misses this week, you think he'll play with it all wrapped up the following?
Actually, he thinks he's going to play this week. Both him and Cancel Joe, the linebackers coach, they think he's going to at least try it. But I mean, you have no Nigel Bradham, no Jordan Hicks.
Right.
Your linebacker core is going to be pretty bare bones.
Yeah.
You're looking at Nate Gary and Kamu Grugier-Hill and I guess DJ Alexander.
No more Nate Gary, please.
Yeah, I think I'm good with that too. and they're still as banged up as we've seen, right, with cornerbacks and the secondary.
Correct. Yep. There's a slight chance that Sidney Jones is going to try and practice this week, but honestly, I'm not too optimistic. I think all those guys are going to be at another game.
Dave Weinberg
Which doesn't bode well.
No. Although the Redskins don't have quite the weapons that the Giants do.
Yeah, that's true. There's no Odell Beckham there. That's
Right.
true. And but I think Colt McCoy might play a little bit. I don't think he's going to make that stupid throw that Eli made at the end of the first half on Sunday.
Dave Weinberg from the Press of Atlantic City. His Wednesday column was out today on the history of blunders that the Atlantic City Board of Education has made, although I was notified about around 1 o'clock today that apparently Gene Allen has been reinstated as the head basketball coach at Atlantic City. I now see a press article from your colleague Mike McGarry on that, but you didn't find much surprise in the decision by the BOE over there.
No. As I wrote, I've been with the press since 1986, and I remember Gene is like the fourth coach that that's been there during my tenure, and the previous three all encountered the same kind of backdoor, behind the scenes shenanigans with the board and with politics. Started with Bill Deviney after he found out that he was not going to be rehired, without going to the meeting. Then he's replaced with Joe Fussner. Fussner lasts a few years. He gets replaced by Mo Griffin. Mo Griffin lasts a few years. He gets replaced by Gene Allen. It's just the same circus. It's all people with hidden agendas, and I guess there's some political plots involved. I don't know, but it's hopefully, and it's good to see that the court, that the judge, reinstated Gene. He's a good guy, who's a fantastic coach and even a better person. So I'm hoping that the board is going to see it the same way. I think they're supposed to meet on Friday.
Yep.
I'm not really sure what the legal ramifications are, if they still have to reinstate him or not, but hopefully he'll be on the sideline when they open against St. Joe on December 14th.
Yeah, that's Friday, the 5 o'clock, I believe they're having an emergency meeting there. So anybody who wants to go and try to support for Gene, he has been reinstated as the Atlantic City boys basketball coach, but they still have this meeting on Friday, and we will see what happens. But it's a good piece today about the history of coaching over at Atlantic City, and check that out at the Press of Atlantic City. Dave Weinberg, good stuff from him. All right, Dave, I know you got to run. We appreciate it as always, pal.
Oh, thanks. I really appreciate you having me.